Alright guys, Papa Pepper down in the garden today, and today's an exciting day because if you notice behind me, right about there, the gack fruit is flowering. Now a lot of you guys may be thinking, what in the world is a gack fruit? So the gack fruit is a vining plant, native to like Southeast Asia from pretty much China on down into I think like northern Australia, across that whole area there. It's an interesting vine, and it makes this fruit that's about 5 inches. It can be oblong or it can be round. It's going to be very rich, kind of red or dark orange in color, and it's really high in things like beta-carotene, like carrots are known for, and lycopene, which things like tomatoes are known for. So I had done some research about it, read about it for some time, and it's pretty much one of those, because they have a very short fruiting season and harvest season, and because I don't think they have that long of a shelf life, pretty much if I ever want to taste this plant, I'm going to have to grow it myself. Now the hard part about that is that you need both male and female plants to be able to produce, and you're also going to pollinating can be difficult. So here, this one, I had no idea what this plant was. I started it from seed. I got like 5 seeds off the internet 2 or 3 years ago. This is a 3-year-old plant now, and this is the first time it's flowering. And I planted it, and out of those 5 seeds I got 2. So I got this one here, which is the bigger one, doing better, and this one here next to it, which is also alive, and it's coming out of here. So you can see a very tough big root there. Here's the other one, and I just let them go dormant and kind of cut them back a bit in the winter, store them inside the house, and then let them regrow. Like this is last year's. It's all dead. So this one has not flowered yet. I do not know if it's a male or a female. So this one finally flowered, and based on the sharpness of these leaves, I'm going to say this one's a female. I think these are bug bites or missing the sections, but if it was really kind of frilly, it would be a male plant. So if you're looking to get into gack fruit, they are good to start from cuttings. So I could take a cut of this female, and I could get it to root and grow it that way. You can start it from seeds too, but it's not quite as easy, and then you don't know what you're dealing with. I didn't know this one was a female until it flowered, and that took me 3 years. So there's obviously an investment of patience, which is fine. Nothing wrong with being patient. They say patience is a virtue. You should probably work on being more virtuous, right? And so anyway, then you don't know what you're dealing with. Like right now, I either have 2 females or I have a female and a male, but I won't know until that one flowers. Will that one flower this year? Will they both flower at the same time? Will I be able to pollinate this and get a harvest? I don't know. Will I need to find someone who's growing gack fruit that can root me a male cutting and send it out? Maybe. Like I said, I've just been growing these in pots, growing them outside during the summer, and then moving them inside for the winter. I do plan on hopefully eventually getting up a greenhouse, and when I do get up a greenhouse, I've got 2 hoop houses ready to go. I just got to get them built, get them set up, and get a place for them. But I do plan on putting like a rocket mass heater inside one of them that I can control the temperature better in the winter and make sure that certain things like this, which are going to be more of a tropical plant, are going to be able to survive the winter in an outdoor environment just inside the greenhouse. So we'll see. If this does, if I do get a male, if that's what that other one is, and it flowers and I can pollinate it and produce a fruit, that's going to be incredible. I'm going to be very happy. I'll be definitely interested in tasting this. And one vine that's established can produce like over 50 fruit in the short harvest season. So that's pretty encouraging too. That's almost as prolific as like a kiwano, the African horned melons I'm growing over there. So if you haven't noticed, some of the things that I do are strange. Some of the things that I do you may have not heard of before, but I'm willing to try new things, do different stuff. Like even now I can smell the tamarillos, that nice stack of plants here. So I got hops, tamarillo, pitaya, gack fruit, snake gourds, mugwort. There's all sorts of different stuff going on all around me, and I don't mind taking a risk. I don't mind trying something new, checking out something different. And one thing, I'm going to show you just a couple things about this plant before I close this up. So here's just some close-ups of that flower. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's deep. The vines in some ways do remind me of passion fruit. I mean, obviously the leaf is a different shape, but they're viney, they got the tendrils, they'll grow pretty well, pretty long. One cool thing that I like about this guy is if you see the unopened flowers, which, here's one. You kind of get these weird reptilian egg-shaped things before the flower opens. And then when the flower opens, it comes out of there, as you can see with this one here. So it is going here. I think there's some spent flowers that didn't make it up here. You've got more flowers coming over here. So again, I mean, even in this row, right here, you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 flowers in a row ready to go in a minute. There's a line of them over there. There's more coming. And like I said too, I mean, this is a big root system. It gets a lot of different vines coming out of it. And it's done well for me for many years. Just started from a little seed. And it's tough. Some winters it would just be all brown and I'd kind of give it just a little scratch. It would still be green. I'd check it out. And so far so good just in this one pot. I am keeping the soil rich. You can see some rabbit manure on top. Trying to make sure it's got all it needs because it is in a contained environment. You know, here's more flowers here coming up soon. So if any one of you guys out there has a male gack fruit, and I know that the options of that are probably pretty slim, but if you do, you know, you can always feel free to send me a cutting you get to root. Otherwise, I'll see what happens with the other one, and then probably this winter, early spring, maybe actually work on that as a project of trying to get a male, because there's no reason to kill this plant, even if it takes some effort to keep alive, even if I've got to put it inside the house this winter. There's no reason to kill it. I'll keep letting it grow, and we'll see. But I'm excited. It's new, it's different, and happy to see that after a couple of years it's flowery. Now I can finally identify this is a female gack fruit. Soon, hopefully we can figure out what this guy is. And hopefully it is different, because there's definitely differences about it. This one's always been the bigger plant. That one's kind of always been smaller. I don't know, but we'll see. And then a sneak preview of what is to come. I will show you. And again, like I said, these tamarillos, they smell so good. But if you check out, oh yeah, there they are. See these little green balls? All those little green balls, when those turn orange, we'll have our first tamarillos on the homestead. And another cool plant, really enjoy that. So, alright guys, I gotta get to work. It's a nice rainy day here. I think I'm actually planting fruit trees today. Yes, in mid-August. Don't judge me, okay? Papa out. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.